Hello, everyone, and welcome to day one of Publishers Weekly U.S. Book Show. My name is Jim Milliot, and I'm the editorial director and senior vice president of Publishers Weekly. And we're very excited and proud to present to you this amazing slate of programming, starting with the incredible keynote we're about to hear. Before we get started, I want to invite you to network with your fellow attendees and exhibitors right here in the U.S. Book Show platform. Programming with live Q&A will be presented to you on Zoom, and you can use the Zoom Q&A feature to enter questions. For all other programming, like today's keynote, stick to chatting here in the U.S. Book Show platform. Please note that as per the U.S. Book Show harassment policy, harassment of any kind will not be tolerated. And now to our keynote. Here to talk to you about her new book, What Happened to You? Conversations on Trauma, Resilience, and Healing. Please welcome one of book publishing's biggest boosters, Oprah Winfrey.
Hello, everybody, and thank you, Publishers Weekly and the U.S. Book Show, for this opportunity to be a part of this gathering and to speak to you, all of my fellow book nerds. You all are the people who help make it possible for me to live my best life, because to me, there is no best life without books. That's why I just marvel that this year marks the 25th year of Oprah's Book Club, which continues to be a passion and labor of love for me. I still read every single book. It was born of my desire to connect with other readers around books and authors I love. So you've heard me say that authors are my rock stars, and that is just the truth for me, y'all. For example, just look at Isabel Wilkerson's Cast. Woo! Was that a book? With that remarkable book, Isabel gave us a new way of understanding what is happening in our country. And that framework and her perspective just opened minds all over the world and initiated important conversations, particularly in our country. Great books have the power to open minds. And as some of you know, I recently published a book that I co-wrote with Dr. Bruce Perry called What Happened to You? Now, Dr. Perry is a leading neuroscientist, psychiatrist, and I've known him and worked with him for over 30 years. And this book is deeply personal to both of us. And when I was doing a story several years ago for 60 Minutes, I was in Milwaukee with Dr. Perry at an organization called St. A's, and we were speaking about the lasting impact of childhood trauma, when Dr. Perry said something that resonated with me. He said, we need to shift the question from what's wrong with these children or what's wrong with you to what happened to you. Did that spark a major aha for me. So for me, I was clear on how my upbringing shifted and shaped my life, but I hadn't fully understood all the reasons why what happened to me shaped my worldview. So one of the things we discuss in the book is that when we experience trauma, we have to acknowledge that experience and understand it as something that happened to us and not repress it. Much of what Dr. Perry and I explore in the book also applies to the collective feelings of anxiety and isolation and being removed in connection to everybody that we've all undergone this past year. So the timing of this book's publication is not lost on me, nor is the support and the feedback that we've received from so many people and organizations and readers around the country, from teachers to essential workers and foster care parents and social workers. So Dr. Perry observes that balance is at the core of health: mental, physical, emotional alignment. And this past year, we all know our boats got rocked. So the shift in daily routines, the uncertainty, and the challenges that it brought have all of us looking at what happened to us. Only now are we beginning to feel some steadiness being restored. And we were all impacted in different ways. Hopefully, we've allowed ourselves the time and the space to acknowledge that and to really acknowledge what happened to us. Some of it was trauma. For a lot of people, it was just exhausting and overwhelming. And to recognize how what happened to us impacts us as we reemerge. So resilience is a word that we've been hearing a lot. We've been taught to think of resilience as a quality that just lets you bounce right back like a Nerf ball. Well, If we were strong, no matter what we've confronted, no matter how great the stress inflicted on us, we've been told that we'll just bounce right back to our original shape, that we emerge unscathed. Not so, says Dr. Perry. He has a different analogy that I feel is more accurate. He says, we are more like a clothes hanger, not a Nerf ball bouncing back. We can bend and twist, but as we return a hanger to its original shape, the grooves and bends still imperceptibly exist. It's still got the dents from being bent. So what happened to that hanger remains. And my hope is that we, each of us, can look at what life has given us with increased empathy, that we can extend more understanding to other people and realize we've all been bent this past year. And as I speak with all of you today, I am so grateful for all the ways the book industry has weathered this crisis. Whoa. While I acknowledge the immense challenges and know that booksellers have had to close, a lot of the independent booksellers, I hold on to the stories of great resilience in action I continue to hear about. Hand delivering book packages to customers, some of y'all did, creating special gift boxes containing bottles of wine or sweets to entice your readers, shifting to online retail, stepping up your tech savvy by hosting remote author events, which are so fun, by the way. I did several this month and had some wonderful conversations. And then there's Bink, the Book Industry Charitable Foundation. They have been on the ground helping booksellers in financial distress. And you all do incredible work getting booksellers the extra bit of money that they need to just hold on a little longer and hold things together. So as I thank you for the really remarkable work that you continue to do, I'll share with you a little secret that June 15th, I'm announcing my next book club selection. And let me tell you, if anything in the world makes me optimistic, it's the discovery of an emerging writer, someone whose vision creates a shift in how the reader sees the world. And I know you all share that joy in turning the pages, feeling, wow, that sentence just blew my mind. I love it when that happens. Or I love it when this happens too. You come across an idea or thought and you say, I never thought of it that way before. Or, no, please don't let anything bad happen to that character. Oh no, don't let anything bad happen. So acknowledge each and every one of you. I hope you keep finding and supporting rock star authors with your passion, with all your heart. And we will continue to be here to read and savor every word. So thank you.